for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Now, you may ask why Scotty Barnes is so competitive. He says it started while I was young. I had two brothers, and we always wanted to be better than each other. We just competed. As a kid, I just wanted to beat other people, no matter what it was. Kevin, whether it was foot races or basketball, he's still getting after it. Back to you.
He has. Not much has changed, has it, DA? Thank you. You can feel the excitement for the new season. And, Greg, when you were playing, is there an opening day that really stands out in your mind?
Back in '95, I think it was, we started the season with back-to-back wins. The team was feeling good. Then we promptly lost 21 straight.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Outside, the wings are Green and Tate. Then it's Smith, and it's Pena in at the 5 spot. And for Toronto, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Then there's Pirtle. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Henderson in at the point. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
From downtown, the offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Feeds it to Smith. The trade. Siakam pulls it in. The Raptors have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Henderson defending. And the pass to Pena. And yes, it's good. He has 5.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And so here's Toronto following the score by Houston. And a wide open look for Siakam. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Toronto shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Henderson.
Boy, this hurts to have to bring up, but I was there for the Rockets title winning days back in '94 when I was with the Knicks. I saw Houston in the finals firsthand.
Passes it to Anunoby. To the inside. And Siakam gets it to go on the assist by Anunoby.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Anunoby in the corner. Misses the three. Back-to-back titles for the Rockets in the mid-90s. You were just talking about that. Greg, what sticks out to you about those teams?
First and foremost, the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon, he doesn't get his due at times, but the dream is one of the all-time greats. Olajuwon's defense really changed games.
Now Henderson. After OG Anunoby missed from long range. And that one's good by Henderson.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
From outside, off the mark. Raptors leading by 5. Rebound by Smith. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Houston moving it around. Shoots over Henderson and stolen by Siakam. Henderson passes to Siakam. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
The defense gets physical with Green inside, so he uses his agility to get around it.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Elbow shot is on the way. The second chance effort, and he gets it to go. Pirtle's got his... second basket.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Smith, and Smith with the stuff.
And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
And so here's Toronto. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Henderson. And here is Anunoby. Barnes outside. Shot clock at 6. Pirtle inside. Second chance shot. Henderson, no good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Henderson. Following the score by Houston. Here's Anunoby. The kick out to Barnes. Off target from 3-point range.
Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense will let him get a shot that good again very soon.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
John Collins, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Henderson finds Anunoby. Great tee that time from Green. Rockets trail. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the turnover again by Houston.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Henderson. And the Raptors miss again.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Barnes. Bobbed up there for Collins.
And that's two tough points from Collins, willing to mix it up down low.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Some timeouts you just know you're going to get yelled at. And with these turnovers, I'm going to tell you it's not going to be a very pleasant timeout.
Houston making some changes. Şengün's checked in for Smith. And it's Josh Christopher in for Tate. Rockets trail by 3. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Pena. Releases from the wing and drills it. 9 points in the game so far.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Henderson. Missed inside. Pena covered by Barnes.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Henderson finds Collins with 1 on the clock. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. The Rockets on top, up by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
It's time for your north side crew. Come on.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
Houston in the lead. They've got John Collins. He's out there with Pirtle. Barnes out there with Anunoby. And it's Henderson in at point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move. Their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
Number 1. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Collins in the post. Şengün covering. Collins kicks to Anunoby. Misses the jumper.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
That one falls.
Jalen Green.
Green's got the lead up to 5 now for the Rockets.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passes.
Here's Henderson. That's tipped. And he gets it back. The pass to Anunoby. Inside. Here's Pirtle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his
And
second
Pearl is so
personal foul.
polished in the
Second team
post.
foul.
Defenders are always nervous when he
At the
has the
line
ball
for
down low.
Toronto.
And you look at Jakob Poeltl, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop.
The free throw drops for Poeltl. And Greg Poeltl has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Smith comes in for Şengün. And it's Jayshawn Tate in for Josh Christopher.
And Poeltl is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Anunoby with it. Now Green defending. Anunoby passes to Poeltl. Tries again. And the dunk by Poeltl.
And look at Poeltl effortlessly dropping the hammer on the D.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Stolen by Collins. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Bobbed up there for Collins. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
And Jabari Smith, of course, with deep family ties, Greg, to the NBA.
His dad being the OG Jabari. All these guys are in that 6'10", 6'11" range. So great blood.
Line for 2.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And Toronto making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. No good on the second free throw.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
Anunoby has the open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. He lobs it up. There's the triple. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And they're starting off this season against this Houston Rockets team.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
As a player, these ones are fun. You get to match up with guys you rarely see.
And so it's Houston with it. The Raptors getting the bucket. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To end the drought. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Siakam is checked in for Jakob Poeltl.
Now into the lineup for your Raptors, Pascal Siakam.
Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Barnes. Offensive rebound. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Second shot opportunity. And Collins gets double teamed. The kick out to Barnes. And again, no good by Toronto.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the court.
Step back on that one and Let it fly.
3.
Now it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Passes it to Pena. Over Siakam. The shot comes out, and Toronto will go the other way with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
Can they get it? Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Green passes to Pena, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
As he gets more comfortable in unlocking his potential, we'll see Green get more comfortable in moving the ball.
Shot from 12. The shot, no good.
And the defense was all over him once he got in close. Didn't want him to get too comfortable.
And the turnover again by Houston.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And the Raptors making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Here's DiVincenzo. On the wing, Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Here's Anunoby. And the rejection by Smith.
A relentless defender. Smith proving how disruptive he can be on that end.
Collins, good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Defended by DiVincenzo.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Siakam. Another shot. DiVincenzo hits the bucket. DiVincenzo's got 4 this quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They stayed within arm's reach in that opening period. 5 points, their largest deficit. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq's suit.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
And their defense has been an absolute disaster, offering little to no resistance, allowing the other team to walk all over them. They need to show way more fight in the second half, or they're going to get trouble.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Ladies and
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Right now and what they've done the last 2 seasons.
Oh, how much time do you got? All my friends back home are just loving it. Chris Paul, he has helped change the culture with Monty Williams. Great job by the front office. They have put in so much young talent, and they have coached them up. They are a complete team. And like I said, how much time you got? We could do this all day.
We could indeed. So on the floor for Houston, the front court is Tate and Smith. And it's Green. And it's Pena in at the 5, roaming the paint.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
And it's tied up with that one. The Rockets shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Anunoby. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Pena passes to Smith. They kick it out to Green. This one for 3. Drops in the tray. He's got 10. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Anunoby against Green. Collins wide open. He fires. Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They lead by 1. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Puts it up from 12. Here's Siakam. Rockets with the rebound. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Pena. Goes back up. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Bobbed up there for Collins. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And one thing you love about Collins as a scorer, he's efficient. His numbers from the field and from 3 are consistent year to year.
Smith in the posts, working on Collins. No problem knocking that one down.
This is his second 3 this half. He's getting even more bold at that arc.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Kicks it out to Siakam. and he uses the glass on the layup.